Hey, it's Mike with TechPBA.com. Had a special request on using a scuba tank to fill your tanks, whether or not it's a worthy investment or not. I've had this scuba tank for some time, bought it probably 7 or 8 years ago, but let me show you what goes into filling your high pressure air systems at home. Okay, scuba tank run you anywhere between $120 to $150 for a good sized scuba tank. Fill stations run about $50, and I'll show you how this bolts onto it. What you do is basically go ahead and remove the rubber cap. Screw this in to where it's nice and snug. You don't have to over tighten it. Now on the fill stations, what they come with is a bleed valve. This is a bleed valve. What you got to do is make sure that this is tight when you air the tank up, and then you loosen it to bleed the air off. Now this is obviously the valve on the air tank, on the scuba tank. So if you start to unscrew this, you can hear the air coming out. So you always want to make sure that's closed, and then go ahead and install your fill station, and then you want to make sure that your bleed valve is tight. Once that's tight, you can grab your tank and then go ahead and put it into the female port, just like you would at the field. Go ahead and make sure that your bleed valve is tight, and then you air it up. And you're going to go ahead and let this fill. Now, whether or not this is a good idea to invest in something like this, I'm not too sure. I've had it for so long that it's just something that I'd probably keep for a long time. But just like a regular paintball tank, the scuba tanks, you do have to get hydroed. You do have to get visual inspected. It can be a little bit costly, but the advantage is, if you say, for instance, you live out in the middle of nowhere, you live a couple hours away from a paintball field, pick up 1 or 2 of these, and you can play, all day long on one of these. This will fill you up to 3,000 psi, and probably every fill that you get on your tank, this is a 68 cubic inch tank, you're only going to lose about 300 psi on the tank. So throughout the day, you're going to fill 3,000, then 27, then 2,400, then 2,000. But you can easily probably shoot with a decent gun. Easily probably want to say 2 to 3 cases on this. It's just every time you fill it, the pressure is going to drop a little bit. So go ahead. Once your tank is filled up, you can feel it. It's going to get a little warm. What you do is, first thing is always choke your air off on your tank. So choke that off, and then go ahead and hit the bleed valve, and you'll see the pressure drop on the tank, and unclip it. And that's it. So let me go ahead and do that for you one more time, just to make sure this is. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see that or not, the air pressure on this tank filled right up to 3,000 psi. So let me go ahead and do that one more time for you. First things first, make sure that your bleed valve is screwed shut. Clip it in place. Open up the air tank. Fill the tank. Tighten the air tank, and bleed off the air pressure. And that's it. I love these things because I tech guns like crazy at the house. So for me, it's a great source of air right here at the house. But hopefully that helps you with whether or not these are a good investment. Like I said, $150 for the tank, $50 for the fill station. It's going to cost you probably between $4 to $5 to fill this up every single time, and probably about $20 a year in maintenance. But hopefully this helps. Email me if you have any questions. Thank you.